Right guys, we're on to workout number 3, and if I look like I've got a sweaty appearance and I'm breathing slightly heavy, this is because I've filmed them all back to back, and it just goes to show that these work, and I'm just doing demonstrations. I haven't even done the working sets. I'm nice and sweaty, and we're going to show you another workout. So this is moon hopper, or at least that's what we call it at F45. So I'm trying to vary some of the workouts that we actually do here at F45 to make them available to you to do at home. So I think what we got, 14 exercises. That means let's go 45 seconds on, 15 off, and try and do 3 rounds. At least do 2, but if you've got it in you, let's go for 3. So you're working out for nearly 45 minutes. Make sure you're warming up before you do any of these workouts. I will get a warm up on my page, but in the meantime, give it a quick Google, how can I do a full body workout before HIIT training? There you go. Right, so we're going to start off with exercise number 1, and we're doing a forward lunge. So, nice athletic stance to begin with. You've got your feet shoulder width apart, soft knees. All you're going to do is step forward with one leg and lower that back knee towards the ground. You want to keep a 90-degree angle with the front leg and a 90-degree angle with the back leg, and try and step in line with your shoulder width to create that stable base. There's no need to be doing it like this on a balancing beam, because it's just going to set you off balance. Nice stance, step that out, 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle. With this one, you want to make sure you're driving your knee out. You don't want to see any cave knees coming across like that. So you're just going to go down and back, down and back. That's exercise number 1 for you. Exercise number 2, we are going into tricep push-up. So, a regular push-up, you've got your hands about shoulder width apart. This time we're going to close the grip, and what it's going to do is concentrate more on your triceps. So, let me show you this from the front on. Close grip, you want to make sure that your shoulder is over your elbow, and your elbow is over your wrist, just to make sure that you're nice and sturdy. And you're going to keep your arms nice and tightly tucked in. Lower the chest to the floor, and then push back up to the top. Here, you want to keep a nice braced core, squeeze your quads nice and tight, squeeze your glutes nice and tight, and you will be going down in a nice flat plane of motion. From the side, if that's too difficult for you, I'm going to show you a little regression, so you can just come onto your knees in exactly the same fashion, lower your chest to the ground, and push back up. So there's exercise number 2 for you. Exercise number 3, we're going into sumo squats. So, assume a position where your feet are slightly wider than shoulder width, and naturally your toes are going to point outwards. The wider your stance, the more involvement of the glutes. So we're going to be targeting our booties a little bit more than our quads, but again, similar to a regular squat, you want to be sitting in between your hips. So again, driving those knees out. As you drive the knees out, making sure they're tracking over your toe, you're going to incorporate again your booty. So, squatting down, driving through the heels, squeezing that bum at the top. Again, it's a squeeze of the bum, not an arch to the back. So you want to think about tilting your pelvis under, not going like that. So here we go, from the side, nice wide stance, keeping your chest proud, lower yourself down, squeeze through your bum, push through your heels to return to the top. There we go. Next one, we have got Romanian deadlifts. Basically, this is an exercise you would do with a weight, and it's quite good to practice the movement. So the movement is, of course, a hip hinge, and I've showed you this before on one of the other workouts, but it's one that as soon as you get it, it makes so much sense, and it makes such a difference to all your workouts. So a Romanian deadlift, you get a dumbbell on each hand, you stand with your feet at about shoulder width apart, soft knees, and basically, you push your bum back, so your top half of your body doesn't move, and your legs stay the same. And you're pushing your bum back, imagining you're touching a button on the back wall, and you roll the dumbbells or barbell down your legs until you can't go any further, and you'll be able to tell that by a nice tight stretch in your hamstrings. And then to come back to the top, you squeeze your bum to extend your hip, and again, tip that pelvis under. So this may not feel like it's doing a massive amount because you don't have any weight in it, but I want to get you used to that muscle-mind contraction and connection, and pushing that bum back, keeping everything else still, feeling that stretch in the back, and then driving yourself back up to the top. So that's called a Romanian deadlift. Next one, we are doing the single leg shuffle. Now, this is one that you would typically do on a step box. So imagine you've got a box and you're doing that, it's exactly the same, but try and get a little bit lower. So we're going to get our heart rates going here, nice and low to the ground, 1 foot in the middle, 1 out to the side, and we're driving like so. That will get you blowing. Right, next, we're going to go into another little jumpy one. So imagine you've got a ladder, an agility ladder on the floor. We've got them here at F45. You probably won't have it at home, but you can still do exactly the same movement. You're going to go, jump your feet in, jump your feet out, then move on to the next one. In, out, in, out, in, out. You don't need a ladder on the floor to do that. You can simulate the movement just on the floor. What heart rate's going? Ready? In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Do that for the full time limit, and then take your rest. Woo! Right, exercise number 7. We are doing a push-up into a reverse downward dog. So, you're going to start up like this. At the start of an inchworm, you're going to walk your hands out till you're about here. You're going to lower down, touching your nose nearly to the floor. Then you're going to roll through like so, and then come back into a downward dog. So you've probably seen this movement before where you go like so, push up, and then come into it like that. But I want you to reverse that movement and come back through the same plane of motion. Like so. Woo. Next, what we got? We've got 10 high knees into 2 burpees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chest down. Feet in, hands up, chest down, feet in, hands up. The regression for the burpee is, you can either, well, you can jump your feet out into a high plank, jump them back in and stand up if you don't want to do the jump. And if you can't jump your feet out, feel free to do 2 steps out, 2 steps back in and stand up. And then you're going to do your high knees again. Woo! I'm blowing, boy. Next up, we're doing jump lunges with punches. Now, try and look at these as 2 separate movements, and I'm going to tell you exactly why in a minute. So, we're doing jump lunges. Again, similar to the forward lunge. You're going to keep your front leg at a 90-degree angle, and your back leg at a 90-degree angle. No touch on the floor, because that takes the tension off your muscles, and it's not working you at all. So you're going to go, start here, at the bottom, you're going to go punch, punch, making sure you keep your hips locked in, so the movement's there. Then you're going to jump and then punch again. And the reason why these are 2 separate movements is because you want to keep tension on that muscle the whole time. We don't want you punching halfway through and just doing this. When you stop at the bottom and do those punches, this muscle is contracted the whole time. The longer your muscle is under tension, the more it's working and the more benefit you're going to get from it. So, 2 separate movements, punch, punch, jump, change in between. Oh! 6 fast feet lateral steps. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step. In real time. Again, this works on stabilising those joints where you're jumping laterally. You're really working these glutes to stabilise that standing foot when you jump. Next, we are going to go frog squats. So this is quite a good one for mobility actually. I'm going to do this at an angle. So what you're going to do is do a squat probably a little bit wider than you would do a regular squat, and you're going to push your elbows into your knees. If you can go nice and low, perfect. If not, go as low as you can. And what you're going to do is drive your elbows into your knees, come up like that. If you can get the full stretch of your hamstrings, perfect. If not, go as high as you can. And you're going to come back down. So, your elbows are going to drive your knees out for you, which is what you want to be doing in a squat anyway. And then you're mobilising that full squat, so you're going through quite a full range of motion. And then you're getting that nice hamstring stretch at the top as well. So here we go, up the top, down we go, and that is your frog squat. From the frog squat, we're going to go into frog pump. So, onto your back, you're going to put the soles of your feet together, and similar to a glute bridge, you're going to push through your heels to push your hips to the ceiling. You'll feel this incorporate more of your glute versus a regular glute bridge, and I think it's an excellent exercise. So drive that up. Oh, that is a good one. There we go. Right. Second to last. We're going to stay in that position and we're going to do butterfly sit-ups. So keeping the soles of your feet together, you're going to touch behind you, come up, touch your toes, back down and repeat. And then last but no means least, we're going to do a broad jump with a shuffle. Let me see if I can jump the whole way up the camera. No, it's impossible. Right, so a broad jump. You're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart, jump as far as you can, and then shuffle back to the beginning, whoop, and go again. It's a nice big jump. Make sure you're landing with soft knees, you don't want to land with your straight leg and jar your knees. Big jump. Shuffle back. And there you go, there's your 14 exercises. Try and do 3 laps as I said. Try and listen to the technical points that I've given you throughout to make sure you're doing the exercises properly. And come back next time and I'm going to be doing a real-time workout for you. So, I look forward to seeing you for workout number 4. In the meantime, stay safe, wash your hands, be nice to people. Temps out.